Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. We are here on episode 19.
What?
Can y'all believe we made it to episode 19?
Anybody got fought? We good.
I know. Still got a good following going. Thanks everybody for listening and tuning in. We so appreciate you because our numbers have, been fantastic beyond what we imagined and listened to all over the world. What up, Dee Dee?
What up, though, Nick? Not much. Trying to stay warm. It's cold in the mud in Grand Rapids. I'm just saying.
Heard that. What up, Ham?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there?
Yeah, he didn't call in sick today, everybody.
Yeah, I was under the weather. We're going to apologize, everybody.
Mm-hmm. What up, Coach P?
Man, same soup, just reheated. You know how I do.
Same soup, just reheated. Okay. How your week been going, Ham?
I actually pretty busy with some of my job. I've just been really coming home and chilling, to be honest. I did almost bust my tail, but it was like yesterday on that ice. And everybody saw it, so I came out of the building thinking I was smooth, so I couldn't even lie. I was my daddy's son at that moment, so then the ice got up under my feet. I go, hey.
What were you doing, a windmill back with your arms, trying to catch something over there?
The whole eye and everything. To realize it was like 5 people standing there, like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Well, that's good. At least you didn't fall. At least you ain't fall.
Yeah, but it was it's the fact. Like I said, messed my smooth, but I was in that moment, you know what I mean? I felt it too, like, hey. I was my daddy's son at that moment, you know what I mean? I got my feet.
Oh, man, it's too funny.
I can't stand you.
How your week been going, Dee Dee?
It's all right until today. Ain't nothing worse than somebody thinking they telling on you by CCing your director on the email. Oh, that's supposed to get it done fast. Okay, I'm never doing it. Just know that you know that. Can't stand that.
Yeah.
Down to the bottom of the list. I'm working on everybody else's stuff.
I can't stand that either because they do be trying to dry snitch.
Nope, not today. That on my watch.
What's going on, Coach P?
Just working like usual. I actually did fall twice.
Them hard bottoms.
Yeah. It was like the first time it was like right when I was gonna start my car. I just fell and my phone went ice skating. And I'm mad at the person who was outside with me because she didn't even check on me. She was still brushing off her car. I'm like, your mom ain't teach you to see if somebody okay? That was the first time. Second time, right? I'm leaving Wendy's for lunch. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to slip if I walk in the grass. Because I'm slipping off walking through the parking lot, right? So as soon as I step to get to the grass, I trip and fall. My coat go ice skating this time, and I'm sliding down the hill on my arm. I don't even look to see if somebody saw me. I just put my hood on and just start walking.
Was your arm scratched up? Was your elbow scratched up?
Yes, it did. Nah, but so I told one person that this happened. Everybody been walking up to me. Yeah, so I heard you. They treating me like Craig with the stolen boxes. Yeah, we heard about you. We heard about what happened. Bro, I talk too much, man.
Oh my God!
Oh, wow.
Coach, did you walk away like even though you had a car, you just kept walking?
Yeah, I just kept walking.
Well, thanks for that visual. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sliding down the hill on my arms.
Yeah, like I just like y'all. I kept walking, but then inside I was like, ah, ah, ah.
Oh God!
Oh,
I can't breathe.
yeah, that is pretty funny.
Ooh.
So we actually didn't even get any snow or rain or anything here. It's just been cold as I don't know what. But they say we're gonna get some snow, I think Saturday. But like I always say, Michigan get the snow, Illinois get the cold. So nothing like it. So the only thing I just had, like, my week been going pretty cool, busy as I don't know what, but it's just like, it's a couple of things I got on my mind, and one of them that I have a huge issue with, so why is it that everybody feel comfortable saying to somebody they skinny, but nobody to say to a fat person that they fat? Like, why is that? Like, I had picked up a little weight. I was never fat, but picked up a little weight. I've lost some. Everybody, it was enough, noticed. And now it's, oh, you're so skinny. You don't lose no more weight and all of this, and, they doing it to somebody else. And it's just like, why do they feel comfortable with that? But then nobody ever says, man, you fat. Like, now, if the lady said to me, oh, you skinny, you don't need to lose no more weight, and then I say, and you don't need to gain no more, I would be the bad person.
Because that's negative.
Yeah. But
because it's what you say, Didi?
It's negative. You work to get skinny, so that's a compliment. You work there. You don't intentionally work on getting fat unless you're a sumo wrestler.
So
they know they fat. They lean back and stretch their back, arch their back, put their jeans up. They know this. They know they fat.
Yeah, and I wear a size 4. I know that.
Right, but going from, I'm sure you were no bigger than an 8. An 8 to a 4 is dramatic because it's you little. But going from a 8 to an 18, they know. They know that them pants don't fit no more.
So you're saying that that's okay? You understand why they do that? Because I don't understand it.
Because it's a compliment to say, "Oh, you."
No, it's not. That's not a compliment. It's not a compliment to say you don't need. You need to stop losing weight. That's not a compliment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. A compliment. No, that's not a compliment. The compliment is you look nice. Keep it moving. Not no. Don't lose.
But some people don't see their stuff like that. They
and then, I still remember, younger. People was buying your little skinny legs and stuff like that. Nobody ever hollered out anything about the fat people.
Well, they did to me. I was always thunder thighs. But anyway, if I'm just saying, I'm calling spades. So if you lose weight, that's huge. That's why they say don't lose no more. That you good right there. Like, I know when I get to a certain size, my head is bigger than it is now. So people will say to me, don't lose no more weight. Because my head looks huge, a bit more big or larger, whatever the word was. That's like 45. It looks larger. So I know when I get to a certain size, people are like, you okay? That means I need to stop.
See, what's so funny is I just brought it up. You and I having this conversation. The guy's not saying nothing because then nobody even be paying that no attention.
They're not ignorant. They're not going to comment.
Right. They not on down, ain't paying no attention to nothing like that.
Oh, I got something to say.
Okay.
Who's waiting?
Okay.
But the reason why people don't say nothing to the bigger person is because as a society, we was taught that being big is wrong. So the blame is on society. It ain't on us.
Exactly.
So if we wasn't taught that being big was wrong, we would say you look nice. But since we taught that the social standard is for a woman to be skinny and she's supposed to be, you don't acknowledge the difference.
Coach P always trying to stay woke. All his stuff should end with stay woke.
Right.
Y'all,
message.
Y'all. Yeah, y'all don't want Coach to really get up on it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ask.
I mean, that makes sense. Pam, got
No,
something?
he actually said what I was thinking. It's you know what I mean. It's the regular. It's regular to not say anything about a bigger person because you know they always say bigger people feelings get hurt when you say stuff like that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Skinnier people, everybody always wanted to be skinny. That was always the thing. But I mean, so that's what it is. What it's like you said, it's a society thing. That's how you was brought up. The way we were bred to think.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also how you say it. Like I've told some of my friends that they gotten huge. Like, what's going on? You okay?
I mean,
not
granted. I mean, don't get me wrong though. There are some people that that's where you get that anorexia stuff from though.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, from that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So there's reasons behind it, but there's also at the same time you shouldn't always say it to a skinny person either. You don't know how they may take.
Right. So that's just my take on it. I just think that it's unfair and looked at two different ways, but I guess I kind of see why. Then the other thing I just want to say is, and I think we could do a whole episode on this, but I am so sick of going out of my way to help people who don't appreciate it. Who raises people to not appreciate somebody going out of their way to help them?
What do you do, boo?
Right. We need more insight on that. We need more detail.
I mean, I'm just saying, just people don't appreciate something. You could get somebody a job and they'll mess up the job.
Oh, without thinking twice.
Or lead a job and don't give a 2-week notice and you didn't stamp your name on them. That's why I learned you can't stamp your name on nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, where do we get this? We're going to have to do a show on this. This entitlement as if somebody owes them something who's not even in their family and they don't even really know them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me not even want to mentor people, but because I teach and all of that stuff, I end up mentoring a lot of people. And I'm almost at the point that I'm like, I don't even really want to even mentor nobody no more. Stay out of my face. These different generations, I guess. Go ahead, Ham.
It's like what you said, that entitlement. Nowadays, a lot of people just can't see past themselves now. You know what I mean? So they don't understand the consequences behind their actions. I mean, or don't even care. The fact that you quitting this job can affect you because you stuck in. They say because it's all about themselves.
So you went in and came back out. I don't know if the audience heard that freeze, but I almost feel like what you said was a lie, and that's what happened. You know how sometimes stuff happens, so it kind of, like, we ain't gonna even let the audience hear that lie.
No, what I was saying was, I said it's an agreement to how you said it's the entitlement. The average person nowadays don't see past themselves, so they never even thought about the fact that you stuck your neck out for them. There could be consequences that come back to you, or how people may look at you because you vouch for this person. That never even crossed their mind because it didn't even coexist with their initial plan. I'm gonna get mine, then move on to the next.
Right. Because have you guys noticed that? And then we're gonna move on to the rest of the show. Have you noticed that now? And then this is just why they say Chick-fil-A, does so well with certain things. But you notice now, like when you get your food, you're the one saying thank you. Like, I'm buying from you, and you just handed me the bag, and I'm talking about thank you, and I paid. What's wrong with this? Something's wrong with this picture. I just said this to a young lady with that. I'm like, thank you. She's like, okay, no, you should be thank me.
Thank you, because if I don't come, you ain't got no job.
Yeah, and I think it's this whatever. What are you calling this group of kids right now? That's just like, what are they? Millennials?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's after Coach's age.
Yeah, them younger ones, man, especially at McDonald's, you will pull up and you bumping that new soda. That's my SHIT. What you want? Yeah, I know you like that song too, but let me get a number 6. Oh yeah, pull up, my baby.
Right, exactly. Oh my gosh, yes.
Well,
Hey, baby girl, what you have? What? What? No, that's not my name.
No, let me
Sir?
tell you. One time, I was at a McDonald's, of course, and the girls seen people walking up into the restaurant. She's like, "Man, what the f, bro? Like, dang,
Just one more.
It's getting busy than a mother effer, huh?
Oh my goodness!
What you have?" I said, "I had 2 kids." Man, I snatched my change off her hands. Like, and we both just looked at each other like, "Do it."
Yeah, so that right there is going to just be a whole topic all by itself, because
absolutely,
it can be. I'm just so sick of people who don't appreciate stuff. Mm-hmm. So before we get started again, let's thank our sponsors, our regular sponsors. Sponsoring it by Say It Out Loud Comedy and Team Marshall for the comedy show that's this Saturday, January the 19th. You can buy your tickets at the door, but they say they're running out, so you better call to get your tickets. And you can call 616-710 or 7596 or 616-340-0408. Or you can go online and pick up the tickets at ambrosiatheater.com. It's on Lake Drive. So don't get your tickets. They say they selling fast. Last time they had a comedy show, they had to turn some people away. So thank you guys again for sponsoring Nikki B and Friends. So let's get to the topic. And the topic today is comes from a post that I had posted on Facebook, just one of those fun little things. And it said, did anyone else grow up in a household where the word lie was a curse word for kids? So I know definitely it was for me. You could not say lie. You would get in trouble for saying lie. And now you meet little 2-year-olds and they be telling out somebody lying.
Right. Lie. Oh, you lying?
Yeah, it's like the norm. So I thought this would be, fun for us to talk about some things that now we see that there's no way we could do.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
There's no way I could take a picture. My mama say, come on, pose. And I turn to the back.
Oh.
Or I put my hands on my hips. That just wasn't happening.
Absolutely.
That just was not happening. And now it's the parents taking the pictures of the kids from the back, bent over. I mean, and sometimes these are little kids, big kids, and they bent over and both of them got their behind stuck out and hands on the hips. Don't forget the little lips all pushed out, like making them grown.
Before their time.
Right. So go ahead. What y'all got?
I think the reason why that is because parents are a lot younger. You know what I'm saying? So people are growing up with their kids. Like the average parent now is between 18 to 20. The average grandparent is about 36 to 38. They all just growing together. So of course you're going to get that. And then a big thing with older people back in the day, when lie was a cuss word, adults just didn't like being corrected. That was the biggest thing. Adults just ain't like being called out.
Yep.
You stay out of grown folk business. That's just gossip.
Yeah. Pretty much. You spilling the tea.
That's it.
But I gotta go against you on the age thing. Because I was super young. But I know one thing, my son never saw me twerk in the mirror. Now, mind you, I do play ratchet music. That's something different. But he never saw me do nothing like that, inappropriate or disrespect himself or myself. When he was growing up, all I ever got was, oh, he's so well behaved and well mannered. He's raised so right. Mm-hmm. And me and Nick got that. So I can't say it's age. I think it's home training. We had home training.
But are y'all the exception or the standard?
I would say it comes from where I would really even say it could be before history. You know how people are product of their environment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not young people, it's some old people, because my pet peeve is what? Don't, if I call you, say what? I don't do that with kids. I don't do that with adults. Nobody. If somebody answer me what, I'm done with that conversation. That's the rudest thing ever. And you can't tell, that's not generational. That's just some ignorant people who grew up in a household that just what?
Mm-hmm.
Ham?
Well, you know, the whole standard of parenting has changed. I mean, you better be honest about it. You got kids nowadays already got cell phones, and they still in middle school, elementary school, you know. And so, as people, we've all changed. We accept a lot more. You know, what's considered G back in the G rated in movies is now PG-13. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So it's the whole standard has changed. It was a progressional thing that just over so many years. You got to think, if by the time I started coming up, things was already changing from when, like, my mother and them was coming up. You know, we was already doing and accepting stuff that my grandmother wouldn't accept.
So what was that? Like, what's an example of that?
I mean, I couldn't say because I wasn't around. My mom was a child, but you get what I'm saying. But you can just tell by the upbringings, you know, as you got older and as you progress, especially, like I said, depending on the household, especially too. Like you go through our history, and so you just keep looking at how things progress. Everything intentionally slowly got worse. I hate to say it, it's real messed up, but it's the truth.
Yeah, but like you'll see some people like me myself. I'm still not going to curse around my mama, my grandma, my dad. Maybe if I get extra mad and it slip out, and then I'm all like, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know what I mean? Mm. And it's people who think it's funny enough to post videos of their kids cussing them out.
Right.
And to me, people should be knocking on your door, protective service, now to stop that. Because there's nothing cute about your kid cussing and you taping it to show the world that this is, you know, what's going on.
Yeah, you know, little man got to go viral.
Man.
Yeah, remember that? Remember Man? It was that little boy. Remember that little boy? And I know you guys all saw it. Hitting his chest, had his little pants sagging.
Yeah.
What was he saying?
Man,
I'm the man. I'm the man in this house or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Well, and I mean, people thought that was hilarious.
I didn't.
No,
because I thought this poor young man, he's going to do time.
Yeah, I said when I watched that shit, that's deep. That's deep. That's a sign. I said that too. I didn't like it either.
Right, the parents laughing. I mean, there's grown dudes there that's doing it. So apparently he mimicking one of them, and they liking it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I used to just dream about that video and be like, man, I just wish that like I could send his mama to the store because you know she ain't about nothing. Like, hey, man, take my ATM card and go get us some food. For real? For real. I'll watch your shorty. Don't even worry about it. And now she really impressed. Like, he gonna spend time with my son too? Where my mama? What? I ain't none of your mama. But you gonna get up in that room right now. Man, you ain't my
kick over the baby fork like on Baby Boy, kick his fork over. Oh, you got your little fork?
Yeah, he sleep. He sleep. Yeah, but I come right up in there. Let me check on him for you. Just stay sleeping too. Yeah, he good. He good.
That little boy scares me. He seemed like he packing. He seemed like he didn't shot a gun before.
Man, at least held one.
For real.
And then what's the deal with back in the day, wigs were for old ladies, and now we got high school girls wearing wigs.
Man, weave is one thing. What, Coach?
Y'all know I love the wig.
Oh, that's right. He loved it.
I like a girl with a wig in the hair, bamboo earrings. Be a runaway girl got a wig now. Shoot.
Man.
Well, I said being, young and in high school. So for clarification, he means grown people with wigs. But, because, after R. Kelly, you got to be making it known, making it plain.
Adult females.
Right.
You can vote. Coach P.
Right. We sure don't need that.
Be around the way woman.
Right.
Be around the way 25 and up, girl.
Make it plain. But you just didn't do that.
I know, right. We just never did. Like, so remember when you first could wear the adult woman, or this is for Nick, your mama's shoe size.
Mm-hmm.
Walking around in her shoes, but you knew you weren't wearing them to school. Like she had her you knew that was not happening. Now, 3-inch tight jean, crop top. What? You going to the club after this, or you just came from the club? Because that's the only way that outfit is okay.
Yeah, you couldn't even dye your hair. When I got my hair dyed, everybody in the family, I was in high school. It was a big deal when I got my hair dyed. And got to wear I had to wait till I was 16 to wear eyeliner.
Oh yeah.
Now they be having on so much doggone makeup, just be caked on.
Face be beat better than a boxer.
I mean, they look older than me.
Yeah, they do.
You be looking at them like you want to call them auntie.
That's my great aunt.
They're like 14. You like, hey auntie, how you doing?
You want me to get you a plate?
Right.
I can't even. I'm so glad I didn't have a girl I don't know what to do, first of all. But just how fast they growing up. The little boys is kind of still not as mature. They still trying. But on the same token, do you remember when you couldn't say, pop your lips to your mom? Like, that's an automatic pound in the chest.
All right, you just said something. What you say?
What you say?
I said nothing.
No, I heard you.
I couldn't even think stuff about my mom.
Oh, no. Nope.
I couldn't even say dang when I was growing up.
Oh, you want to cuss?
Oh, that was damn.
Oh, you want to cuss now,
If you right, yep, that's what you doing. You cussing. That's the same thing as saying damn. So you counted all good because you getting it.
Yep.
And you know what that means.
Yep.
Go get that switch.
Right. And walk upstairs saying something.
Oh, or stomp.
What you say? And close or slam a door.
Oh my gosh. Come back down here.
Yeah.
Now walk up those stairs like you got some sense.
Nah, man, like my mom went through a period where like I was getting older. And so like she felt the need to assert herself more. Like she'll be like, no, pick that up. And I'll be like, what? What you say? Do it then. I'm like, I'm not going to do nothing. I know you ain't going to do nothing.
Oh, shoot.
Bullying is at an all-time high.
Even where you lay your head.
No, you have to be making it known because these kids that try you and them boys get to feeling themselves and not up in here. I'm still running this.
Who you telling?
No way.
Overhearing my son in the basement. So at my house, I have a laundry chute, so you can hear everything if you're standing by it. So my son in the basement with his friends, he about 16. He cutting their hair. And one of them said, man, I told my mom to shut the H up. And my son said, you said it to her face? Yeah. He was like, man, my mom be getting me a whole new front set because she done knocked all of them out. You said it to your mom, to her face. Yeah. What she do? Tell me get out of her house? I was like, yeah, you know that you still should be afraid, bro. Because I will fight kids. I don't care.
Did he ask you to stay the night?
No, he could never come over no more. He still ain't invited to his house, and he's 33 years old. No, you can't come.
Was it a white kid?
No, that's the part that was so shocking. No, he was Hispanic. That's like being black.
Yeah, because they cussed in front of their parents. Like I remember, the first time I went to one of my white friends' house, he said,
absolutely,
in front of his mom, and I was like,
what's about to happen, right?
And she was like, "Will you just listen?" I'm like,
he's trying to rationalize it.
I done got hemmed up for less. Let me get him out of here.
White kids told like their name on the lease. I mean, for real.
Right?
What you say, Al?
I said white kids told like their name on the lease. You're gonna do this, Mom.
Sandwich.
You're gonna do it, Mom, and do it now. You looking around like, where am I?
Oh shoot!
You want something to No, I'm good. I'm good.
Like that boy slapping his mama on that one time.
Oh my gosh! I wanted
to call her a liar. Slap his mama about 4 times in the face.
Oh, I want to drive to the studio and beat his ass.
Dude.
Oh my goodness!
He'll be saying "Gang tussle" down in the white beater so later on in life.
Man, exactly. On cops.
Exactly. Yeah, but like we couldn't do makeup, and the ultimate for probably my age group was you couldn't do red lipstick.
Oh, absolutely.
And red nail polish. Like,
no.
You was fast.
You was fast.
Floozy.
No, right, floozy, right. No, that's my favorite color.
Fast tail heifer.
I'm fucking fast tail girls.
Yeah, that's it. You know it. That was my line right there. Funky fast tail heifer.
I don't like red lipstick, and I got daughters. Like red lipstick, red nail polish. Nah, that ain't happening.
What was their favorite color?
Nah, it's too like promiscuous looking for me.
Oh,
like a lady.
Like you grown with it.
Yeah.
So when they're 30, they can rock it.
Yeah, all day.
Oh, okay.
But see, that goes back to like we were saying. I remember a couple of years ago, you could not find a pair of shorts that wasn't booty shorts.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And it was just like,
yep.
I don't want to wear no booty shorts.
And for little kids, like 7 or 8 year olds, they was tiny.
Yeah, but we all know somebody who we didn't see with some booty shorts on. Did you be like,
either you too old for that or you too young for that?
I remember one time my niece was over and she had went up and she was getting picked up or whatever. And my sister goes off, what you got on, go change and all that. So she come back in the house. She walked straight upstairs to the bathroom. She changed. Then she come back out, and then as she passing by Nico and I, she go, "Bye guys." Say it again like ain't nothing broke out, like didn't Bye guys. He was like, "Bye, see you in a little bit," But it was just like sometimes you try to push it, and it was like you like. But somebody else had bought it or whatever. But like, you got to be careful because then you'll get parents who'll be complaining about what they do. Like if somebody says something, then they'll be like, such and such bought it. Well, they need your permission, and I would have took it back. So what? They bought it. They don't have no business buying no kid nothing that grown or whatever, and chest hanging out and all of that. With these perverts walking around these streets, that's what I would be scared of.
Yeah, I can see that.
But this is like holding the door open, stuff like that. You got into the habit. I got one kid, he gonna hold that door open. I got another kid, he gonna hold the door open after he walk in first.
He checking for any
right, and it's like Nico, you open the door, then I go in, then you open the, you hold the door, and then you come in. Nope, he walk, and I don't care how many times I said he walking in first, he gonna hold it, but I'm just like, man, I can't wait for you to get out there in that dating world for somebody to be like. But I don't think a lot of girls, but a lot of girls don't even expect that. They open up the door. So let me ask the guys on the show. So, do you get a lot of women when you playing your thumping your music, and they be this and dogging out women that's just like, that's my song? Or do you get people who be like, can you not play that?
I cannot say they get the mix, depending on what you're listening to. You know, you get some that don't really listen to rap, they'll rather listen to R&B. So you know what I mean? You don't want to turn them off, so you'll play the R&B. But then you get the some that want to hear that straight trap music. Me myself, I can't listen to trap music like that. So her ratchetness a little above mine. So you know what I mean? You're gonna hear more content coming out of mine. So. You might hear the B word, but it ain't gonna be in the straight sense that how she always used to hear. And when try to listen to some of the stuff, they may try to put you up on you. Like, you listen to this?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't understand how you can expect me to take you serious if that's what you're gonna be listening to.
So then, do you stop talking to them?
Nah, not really. But like I said, I'm not gonna take you serious. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take you serious. It's one of those it is what it is type situation with that. Don't think I'm trying to build with you.
Yeah, I agree with him. Like for me, I listen to a lot of oldies. Like I listen to the oldies station in my car. I don't really listen to too much new music. So then you ain't gonna really hear that in like nothing that I would play. But if she want to hear like, let me hear that new Jeezy, then it's like, we ain't even going to Applebee's now. Hey, you want to go by the crib and watch a movie? What up?
Hey!
So y'all don't have Gucci? Neither one of y'all playing Gucci Mane?
Gucci who?
Not with somebody. Like I
Gucci Mane.
Oh, okay. But you listen.
The new Gucci.
Nah, I don't listen to new Gucci.
I'm not gonna lie. I remember one time though, and it was, that dude Sada Baby. I remember I heard a chick singing one of his songs, and it was I don't even want to repeat the words, but it was like, "Oh, you was a nasty," something like that. You was a nasty. Me myself, I did I had to,
We going to the house after all.
I was like, okay, so I see what you about. It is a last call.
Right, but that is the other thing. Like the kids nowadays listen to be listening to the cussing and stuff on their music, and the parents don't.
No blink an eye.
Right. They buy the explicit lyrics, and then you'll hear them say, well, they're going to hear it anyway, or they hearing it anyway.
They ain't going to hear it from my phone.
Right.
So, reminds me, I'm at my cousin's party. He's about 5 years older than me, so he like mid-50s. And, that's more than 5 years. But anyway. We going through, listen to the songs, and it's the top 40 rap. And so I'm out dancing to the whatever song come on, because I love to dance. And my aunt, who is 80-something, says, I can't believe you out there dancing to that terrible music. Me. That's just like you dancing to James Brown and Little Richard doing the Watusi. It's the same thing. Because it is. It's their songs remade.
What was you listening to? How Low Can You Go by Ludacris?
Yeah, that and
nah, she ain't even got the back for that. I play like that.
And Fifi. But I was just like,
you missed what Coach just said.
What did he say?
You.
I said I said she ain't even got the back for that. We ain't even about to do that.
No, you did not. No, when you get in my car, you're going to always hear a ratchet every time you get in the car. Some ratchet. Know this. We'll pull up, just bumping some ratchet. This Coach P,
Yeah, but I guess that's why you have so many that
But
Instagram and
just think about it.
Instagram
Back in the
models,
day,
and it be mothers and daughters.
there you
Like
go.
here go one. Like for instance, one of the basketball wives. I remember the lady accused her calling her daughter a build,
Oh yeah, yes, I remember that.
and she act offended and all of that. But if you notice, nobody else on the show said we haven't heard that. But I felt the same way because if you got a daughter and your daughter 17, 18, and you posting pictures of her on your Instagram saying, look at how bad she is. She bad as I don't know what. Who mama doing that?
If she was holding her law degree, yeah, absolutely, she the baddest chick.
I went to high school with a chick who was going to the club with her mama. And I found this out because I was in the club when I should have been and ran into them. True story. True story.
Wow.
I mean, that's one of the type of things that's been going around for years. But you more or less get that with them parents that want to be the friend more than the parent.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what that is. I'm trying to be her friend more than her parent.
Well, then sometimes you'll do it, like my, milestone birthdays or something like that.
Well, yeah, that's
y'all do have a cool relationship, and they grown. So
right. They grown. That's the key.
Yeah. So you may do that, to celebrate. One time, not know every week, and we taking dudes home, and and to be honest, it goes down like that. You know how many mothers and daughters have slept with the same person?
Oh,
that's nasty.
Nasty.
Beyond nasty.
That's nasty.
Levels.
I thought that only happened on the hub.
I was thinking the same thing. Oddly, I was thinking the same thing.
What is the hub?
Don't worry about
if
that.
you know, you know. If you know, you
right.
know.
Okay, I'm the only one on here don't know you guys. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't even want to know, but I see y'all all know. But yeah. So sometimes, but no, I think that that's what causing these kids to grow up so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't get a chance to be kids.
I agree.
I would love to go back and be a kid. I loved my life as a kid.
Well,
now kids don't even get lives anymore. One, you got too many kids taking care of their siblings and stuff like that. Right. And that's what I think, I guess I'm going to go coach mode and stay woke. But, that's why we need more teachers in the schools who understand sometimes what these students are going through, because she may be late every day, but she late every day because her mama don't come home for days at a time because she got a boo and she got to get her siblings ready for school. That happens all the time.
Another thing is you got to think, children don't even get taught to like children anymore.
Oh,
a lot of parents talk to their kids as if they grown already.
That's true.
Real about it. So when he go to school and the teacher try to be all nice to him, you think he gonna hear that when he in a house? It's nothing but savagery.
Yeah.
He ain't hearing that. You ain't even coming at him like you used to hearing. I mean, that's where the imbalance in where they lost it at.
That's a good point.
But then the only time they hear their parents talking nice is when they're on an important phone call. So then they get, she ain't being nice to me because she wants something. Not this person is normally just nice. You know what I'm saying? Because you always getting downplayed and dogged at home.
But that's how people end up in abusive relationships, and that's what. If you are always being abused and talked down to, when it goes back to what we said we're gonna talk about, the appreciating thing. Then when somebody come along nice, you don't even know how to take it. You think somebody trying to play a game, they not sincere, they don't want nothing. Because you used to being bullied. And it's like can be generational But I just can't see myself want to be generation after generation, 10 people living in a house. Me and all my sisters and their kids. I just don't see how that could keep going. Like when one person gonna say, you know what? This right here ain't for me. I don't want to keep doing this the rest of them. I don't want to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, no, it was just touching on what you said about like the teachers and stuff. I still remember I was like in 8th grade and I went to a school with a whole bunch of heathens. They're definitely heathens. And a teacher, she was an assistant principal. She stopped me and she was like, stop. And I was like, I ain't even do nothing. And she was like, no teacher has ever stopped you unless you did something. And I said, no. And she was like, that's unfortunate to hear that. I just want to shake your hand. And like,
wow.
That moment has always stuck with me. Like since that day, I always think about that.
She says, wait, say that again.
She stopped me. She was like, hey, you. And I was like, I didn't do nothing. That was the first thing I said. And she was like, a teacher never stopped to talk to you unless you did something. And I said, no. And she was like, well, she was like, that's really sad to hear. And she was like, I just wanted to shake your hand. I hope you have a nice day.
Oh,
like a good police officer. Every now and then you run into him.
right.
I was sitting on ready. Who was that? But okay.
Right. Could be a situation.
But that, you know what? And they will go back to junior high school. My son, I remember Timmy tall as I don't know what, and his child went there. And there was a group of girls and they was around and they talking and cussing and all of that with the security guards right there, not saying nothing. And he said, hey, y'all watch your mouth. Y'all young ladies, don't be talking like that. He said that little girl turned around, looked at him. That's what you talking about. Turned back around and finished talking to a friend. Security guards didn't do nothing, didn't say nothing. But that's because nowadays, parents don't even know what happened, and they walk in the classroom and start beating on the teacher because their child came home and said, like now, I can't even stand some videos. Like I used to laugh, look at some videos, laugh sometimes. Now it's just not even funny. This young lady was just standing, hitting a male teacher. Standing all on this desk. You ain't gonna do nothing up in his face. The kids cracking up laughing as they taping it, and I'm just like, is this really real life? Like, there must not be any consequences at home for somebody like this.
None.
She got praise.
Yep.
She got
That's
praise.
my baby.
You know what? Or probably one of her parents on drugs and the other one in jail, and her grandmama raising her and just too tired to keep going through that. So she just let her do what she want to, because I can't, it'd be so I just can't keep doing this. The grandmama done raised everybody kids and just tired. Right. So sometimes you just get tired and people get a pass, but it's so embarrassing because just when you want to fight for something and don't want people talking about us in a negative light, and then you see stuff like this, like especially when you see somebody, two females or a male jumping, just a fight, period.
Yeah.
And nobody is trying to break it up. No. Everybody want to tape it instead of breaking it up. Yeah. What?
Read the comments.
Oh, right. You right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially from other races. They be like, this is exactly, and that's the part we don't understand, that we end up missing out on. People who don't know our community or don't know anybody in your community. And then somebody gets shot by the police after they've seen all these videos. This is why they think the police was, this is exactly why the police was justified. He should have just stood still, and.
I mean, that was my biggest fear, is my mama showing up at the school unannounced. Lord Jesus, I still praying for my brother. That time my mama walked in the classroom and he was pop locking.
What's on his trail?
Was killing it. Somebody was doing the beat on the desk, you know, and he was killing it. I'm across the hall. I see it. I can see him. All of a sudden, I said, "Wait, is that my mama?" Oh, I couldn't warn him. Next thing you know, he was getting slapped from where he was standing in a full body roll wave down to the ground. Man, I was like, "Oh my God." That was the craziest yet funniest thing I've ever seen.
And that's when parents can whoop kids at school.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Coach, what were you about to say?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's real. Like, consequences at home was a real thing. Like,
100%.
my mom didn't play, like, at all. And the thing is, anytime I was always a victim of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. So as soon as I get in the car, and you just wanted, you couldn't help it. You up in that classroom. I was like, you think I like being whooped, Nikki? You think I just wanted this? Yeah, I know. Lay down.
Yep.
Here we go.
Right, and it was that lay down, don't face me, trying to look sad. Look the other way, and you better not move. Anytime you move, it's an exercise. You done got too big for me to be. No.
When you turn 18, you getting out of my house. I know.
Right. I'm already packed.
You ain't even got to tell me.
Yeah.
I'm 17 and a quarter. I'm packed.
I am leaving.
I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, let me get $20 20 minutes later.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Too many people get away with too much stuff.
But if you raise them right, so like, for example, my son, I probably spanked him. I could probably count how many times I spanked him. Because he knew you the only child. If you don't do A, B, C, and D, you ain't get no TV. You ain't getting no phone. Everything you love, all them J's lined up in your closet, gone. So he knew.
Right. When you know it's consequences, you tend to do better. Do better. You may even try it, but when them consequences kick in,
man,
you'll be like, why did I even
trying to tell you?
Why did I do this to myself?
Or being that you know it was consequence when you did something, you just try not to get caught. Nowadays, they're gonna do it. They'll do it right in your face.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
They'll do it right in your face. Look you dead in your face, like say something. Say something.
Mm-hmm.
For real, you can't even confront them. You can't even call a person on something that they did wrong because you the bad guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
You say don't go can I go to such and such? And no, you can't go.
Oh man!
Somebody walk out that door so quick. I done seen it happen, and you be like, they just walked out.
Right, and she looking like, when he come back, I'm on. No, you're not.
No, real talk. I got it funny. This happened the day before yesterday. I go to the grocery store, and as I'm walking into the grocery store, right, it's a lady parking one of the little scooters. But as I'm walking in, she yelling, "Yeah, I can't, but I bet I'll beat your ass." She talking, gonna find out she talking to the cashier because the cashier seen her come walking up and come on the scooter, so she can't use the scooter.
Oh my gosh!
And probably got her child with her while she doing
it. You know she do.
Yeah.
You know she do.
Yeah, I can. But I bet I beat you. I'm like, oh.
Wow.
I came at the right,
I came at the right time.
Right. I dare you to get out that bed as one hit my hand.
Right.
Get up out that scooter.
Get in the circle.
But the point I'm making is the woman was just doing her job and told the woman someone that she know you ain't supposed to be using that. To whoop this woman's job. Woman said whoop on her because you went wrong.
And what a whooped on her. Her legs must have been hurting for real. Otherwise, she could have stood up and whooped on her.
Yep.
While all of that was going on, one of her kids probably was stealing. You know, that be a setup too.
Right? The distraction. Go ahead, Mama. I got it.
Right, yep. I got that CD right out of Meyer.
Boom. No, I was at J.C. Penney's, and my patience is none for kids that that don't behave. I have no patience for it. So, the mom was talking to little Timmy, and she's like, "Timmy, stop touching that." We still shopping. Timmy kind of looked around. Her and Timmy was with me. I'm like, "Dang, find somewhere else to shop." Little Timmy, stop. Timmy, stop. She said his name so many times I knew his name, and I turned around and said, "Timmy, what did your mama just say?" He looked at me like, "Why is she talking?" And the mama said, "You heard her. Thank you." I couldn't do it no more. I try to stay in my lane, but he was touching things, knocking the racks over, like the whole big 4-leg rack, knocking them over at the mall. Exactly.
Wow.
I can't do it. I cannot stand bad kids. Bad in the sense that they don't behave.
Right, but but it's not bad kids. It's bad parenting, especially at a certain age.
Yeah.
It's really bad parenting. You 2 years old, you have you fall out because you want something you used to getting. Okay, but you still shouldn't be doing that at 8.
Thank you.
Because I should have done broke that habit by then. You got one good time. Come try me.
Go ahead. Right.
It's just that simple. And like I said, I think that just too many of the kids are just growing up fast. There was some points made, the parents. I think some parents just don't care. And I mean, sometimes I hear parents and nobody does anything, and that's the sad part. And I can include myself in that because I can speak. I went to get my hair done. It's one of these type of things that they call like suites. So it's different, suites in there where everybody got their own. Nobody, sharing or whatever. One of the ladies who has a suite always brings her child to work. Then had another baby, bring that baby. There's no way that baby should be around that perm and all of that. But anyway, the little boy is 7. And when I tell you, she brought him out to the hallway, front area, and was kicking and punching him.
What?
I grabbed my phone because I said I'm calling the police, and my hairdresser was like, don't. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. This what she always do. She crazy, and if you call the police, she gonna come in here. I'm like, well, I'm ready. I said, and you mean to tell me this has happened before, and you guys have sat around and let her punch and kick on him, and then you guys are wondering why he talking about he bad, and y'all wondering why he bad? Right. This is why he act the way he act. She punching and beating on him. And a lot of people have seen it before and nobody calls anybody. You done seen some family members do it. And we got to stop letting it be okay. Because that's where it ends up happening. You beating on him, then he try to beat on somebody else. He either going to get killed or end up in jail. And then you crying, sending them money, and can somebody give you a rag? Because she didn't have no car. Girl, ain't nobody giving you no rag. This is your fault. You ought to be sitting right next to him.
Right. Cuffed at the ankle.
But we need to always keep our kids in prayer because they go through so much too. So that that was our thoughts on parenting. I guess we can say parenting today versus some good old days or whatever. So go ahead with your takeaway. Ham, what you got for your takeaway?
Adding to that and takeaways, I just think it's all in all, I just think we need to get back to the basics, There's too social media, and that everything moving at them, everybody moving on the hustling bus. You never get a chance to really sit down as a family no more with the parents, them saying the children, and really build that core anymore. We need to be, if it was possible, we need to be able to take it back to the basics. You know what I mean?
Sitting down for dinner at the table used to be a basic. People just don't even do that no more or have conversation. And it was just some stuff that people wouldn't even do with their kids. I don't care if you drinking age. I'm not drinking with you. I'm not smoking and getting high with you. And you right. We got how I'm gonna tell you to stop getting high, and I'm asking you what you got.
Right.
Yep.
What you got, Dee Dee?
Your kids is out of control, bring them over to Dee Dee house. I get them together on the weekend. I will give kids Benadryl and choke them out if they act wrong. So I'm just letting y'all know where y'all stand. Can't do bad kids, but I'll train them up right. Just saying.
Okay, y'all heard it here. Reach out. What you got, Coach P?
Well, y'all know how I do.
Oh my gosh.
This is a regular broadcast. This is not a midnight love show. Stop trying to be like sexy
with juicy fruit playing in the background.
Yeah.
Right.
Sweat hotel.
Right.
But in the words of the great Tupac Shakur, if there's no hope for the youth, then there's no hope for the future.
Touché.
That's true. And then my takeaway is just let's let kids be kids. Let's not make them grow up any faster than they need to. Let's love on kids. We don't know what kids go through when we talking about, like I said, when we just did the mental health episode. If anybody out there listening to this one and didn't hear the mental health episode, we had an expert on, answer some of our questions because the youth numbers are growing, committing suicide, and stop thinking that your kid got to have a cell phone because everybody else have a cell phone. We have to watch what our kids are doing, and we have to be careful what we are exposing them to. They're our responsibility. We've been blessed to get these kids, so let's make sure that we look out for them and make sure that we know what's going on, because there's nothing sadder than somebody not know what's going on with their child right there in their house.
Definitely.
Should nobody be kicking in my door? Ooh. And then they talking about Nico selling weed. What? How wouldn't, it's just some people just that out of the loop. Or either play like they are, because I know some who will let you do it and get them money and they can cool with it until you get caught.
Right.
But
they don't know you.
Start being parents and giving advice. Even if you feel like you're young, when dealing with your child, act like your grandmother used to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Start teaching, our kids something and encouraging them. Because our kids deal with a lot between bullying at school. They don't need to be bullied at home. They're being, bullied at school. And stop making them think that it's more important for them to look good than to be smart.
Right.
Why are you flunking out of school but got on the freshest clothes?
Man.
Your punishment should be you shouldn't be able to wear nothing but uniforms. You know what?
Yeah.
Put them jeans and stuff down. You wearing this little Target outfit. Here you go. Khakis and this. This what you wearing. Since you want to be stylish, bring your grades up. But we still got people. It's parents who think that that's more important.
Well, yeah. They ain't gonna know what's fresh unless you put it on them.
Exactly. Right. Stop being followers. Let the children be leaders. That's one thing I could say about my kids. Both of them are leaders. Yeah. So, once again, thank you to Say It Out Loud Comedy and Team Marshall for sponsoring our show. Comedy show is this Saturday, January the 19th. Doors open at 8. Show starts at 8:30. Limited seating. 15 in advance, 20 at the door. go to ambrosiatheater.com. You can purchase your tickets there. It's on Lake Drive, and their flyer will be on our Facebook page, which is Nikki NIKKI B and Friends. And we just want to thank you all for continuing to listen, send us love and support. We appreciate it. Thanks for your questions. I know I do have to put some questions out there because I have received some. So thank you all. And we are working on where we can get you guys involved, where you can call in. So hopefully soon we'll have that in place, because I know that I've gotten quite a few emails about that. And that is something that we're working on, where you guys can listen to us live and call in and get into the conversation. So if this is anybody's first time listening, we do invite you to go back and listen to any of our other episodes. And we are on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Nikki NIKKI B and Friends. Once again, thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we will talk with you next week.
Peace, y'all.
Wow.